Ethiopia is undergoing a significant transformation in its agricultural landscape, with wheat farming emerging as a cornerstone of the country's economic development. In a recent interview with Gazette Plus, Professor Gabbisa Ejeta, a prominent agricultural expert, highlighted the country's ongoing efforts to expand wheat production, especially by utilizing irrigation techniques during the summer months. This innovation aims to boost yields and further solidify Ethiopia's standing as Africa's agricultural powerhouse.
I particularly liked the pushing wheat farming into the summer months through the off-season using irrigation, because Ethiopia is the largest wheat producer of wheat in the continent of Africa. All of the African countries combined together, the total acreage of wheat in Ethiopia is much larger than all the African countries combined. So we can produce some varieties as necessary in a mix of agriculture practices in the rainy season, and then focusing on during the dry season under irrigation, where we can control the environment, producing high yield potential varieties during the off season, extends opportunities, flexibility to the farmer.
By introducing irrigation, the country has been able to produce high-yield wheat varieties even in the dry season, extending the growing window. This not only boosts the national wheat supply but also opens the door for surplus exports. Government programs, which include providing farmers with seeds, fertilizers, and mechanization support, have played a crucial role in this success. The roots of Ethiopia's agricultural transformation, Professor Gabbisa says, are deeply tied to the country's educational and research institutions. He himself is a product of Ethiopia's agricultural education system.
Most of what we've done in the last 50, 60 years is on a project mode, even though earlier on, when we started agricultural research in this country also started in Jimma and Haramaya as a result of the USAID program. And those initials eventually led to the creation of EIR, and then Jimma Agricultural High School, Haramaya College of Agriculture and the Mechanical Arts, and those combined with other programs in the ministry were really the beginning of research. But true research came by the creation of the Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research in the 1960s. And again, connecting the legacies of Jimma and Ambo, many of the people who began programming research were graduates of these two schools.
Today, Ethiopia's agricultural research institutions, including the Ethiopian Institute of Agricultural Research, continue to be instrumental in shaping the country's agricultural future. Professor Gabbisa reflected on the pivotal role of these institutions, which trace their roots back to Jimma and Ambo agricultural colleges. However, he pointed out the critical challenge of scaling these innovations to reach a broader base of farmers. While public sector efforts have been essential in advancing agricultural research, Professor Gabbisa emphasized the importance of greater private sector involvement.
But again, what we need, in my opinion, is we need to create the private sector, a strong private sector that will take technologies out in the hands of government programs and deliver them on a profit motive, working with farmers side by side, making it a very beneficial program, both for the private sector as well as for the community, farm communities and so on.
Looking ahead, Professor Gabbisa is optimistic about Ethiopia's ability to address the challenges of climate change. Projections indicate that Eastern Africa, including Ethiopia, may experience more rainfall in the future. With extensive river systems and diverse climate zones, Ethiopia is in an advantageous position to expand its agricultural practices. As Ethiopia continues to invest in its agricultural sector, the country is on the cusp of transforming its economy, creating jobs and ensuring a sustainable, prosperous future for its people, Professor Gabbisa Ejeta articulated.